great. Yeah, it was good. I think the guys are excited to get back at it. It's great to have some time off, get your rest mentally and physically, but when you're also playing at a high level and a rhythm, you want to get back to playing. And so obviously, we're getting ready to go to New Orleans, 3-game road trip. But good energy. I think the guys are excited to get back out there tomorrow night.
Sometimes you guys, NBA teams, struggle when a team is missing guys, when you find out you're playing a different group of players. You guys have had a lot of time to prep for this group, though. Does that help at all, playing New Orleans here?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, they've been decimated by injuries so far. But I think it's a sign of a mature group, regardless of who's playing for them. We know that we have to play up to our standards and play our game, and to understand why we've won, 5 in a row at home, and we're 7-1 in our last 8. So it's never about who's playing for them. It's about us coming in with the proper mindset and handling our business. And on the flip side of that, you got to take advantage of situations like that. You can't let them go idly by, man. If the teams are banged up, take advantage and try and get a road win.
Coach, fast break points are about 4 over last year. What do you attribute the consistency in the pace of play this season?
Well, I think a lot of it is we're scoring a lot of points off turnovers that we're forcing. So I think the defense deserves some credit. We're scoring off of our defense, generating turnovers, getting out and running and finishing. Our pace, we're playing at a much higher pace than we have in the last number of years. And everybody's going to say, oh, it's Russell Westbrook. It's not just Russ. He's a big part of that. But everybody else is running as well. Our bigs are running, putting pressure on the rim. Our wings are getting to the corners. Our guards are pushing. We're throwing the ball up the court, a lot of advanced passes. I think it's been great. Last 8 games, we're, I think, top 4 in all those categories. Fast break, points off turnovers, second chance, and in the paint. And that needs to continue.
What have you seen the last 2 games from Zeke in his rotation minutes, and what are kind of the top coaching points for him right now?
Yeah, I think he's been solid. I think he's going to continue to get an opportunity. He's got to go out there, obviously, and just try to finish around the basket, knock down open threes. And most importantly, obviously, he's got to be the anchor of our defense if he's playing backup 5s, which requires great communication. If we're switching, he's got to be able to guard smaller guys. If he's in coverage, he's got to be able to impact the ball and work his way back to the rim. And obviously, most importantly, he's got to rebound the ball for us. Those are all things that we ask from all of our bigs, and Zeke is no different.
I want to see about Vlatko's status heading into the road trip.
Yeah, it's been great. Vlatko the last couple of days has been able to get out there in practice, participate in the live portions of practice, and pretty sure, depending upon how he feels in the morning, he should be cleared to be available. And obviously, he's missed a significant amount of time. We're playing well at the moment, but obviously that allows us to have another body that we know we can go to. Vlatko is skilled. He's a playmaker. He can be a backup 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 at some times. So I just love his versatility and his skill set, and happy he's back, and the ankle is much better.
So on that note, I know injuries are playing a role in this, but how much are you still exploring second unit rotation and bench options?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think we'll continue to explore for a while, because we've had a guy that was playing in Dario is now out of the rotation. We have guys like Vlatko, who has never been in the rotation because of injuries. Zeke wasn't playing early. Now he's playing in place of Dario. But I think, we have a core group when we're fully healthy of Russ, of Julian, of Peyton. Hunter Tyson's been in the rotation late. And all those guys are getting opportunities, and they've taken advantage of those opportunities for the most part. But as guys come back and get healthier, it becomes harder and harder to play everybody. But I think guys enjoying some on-court success, feeling like they're a part of it, only helps in the overall positive feeling around that group right now. So we don't have a set group because we haven't had an entire set group yet. So we're constantly kind of tinkering with what we have and what we can do with that.
How are you feeling about Vista Volleyball?
Oh, excited. Yeah, we had a big team dinner last night at the house, at the Malone house, yeah. So I didn't cook. I didn't do any of that stuff. But they play tonight, the winner of, I think, Pine Creek and Cherokee Trail. And so they got to wait around, watch that game, and play tonight. And they're the number 3 seed, and we'll see what happens. But my daughters have been to state now, it'll be 6 years in a row And as a parent, I always loved going there. It's such a great environment. And just to be a dad, to support them and watch them with tremendous amount of pride.
I know you aren't doing a bunch of standings watching right now. It's really early in the season, but just the complexion of the Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference right now. Do you ever get frustrated at how good the Western Conference is?
No, I'm not frustrated because it'd be a waste of energy. I mean, because it's just our reality. You get frustrated at things that you can't control. But the West, we knew going in, the West was very, very deep, very, very talented. And I did notice the other day that I think it's up to 3 now, but for maybe up to 2 or 3 days ago, only 2 teams in the East had a winning record. And I think at that same time in the West, I think there were 9 teams with a winning record. But this is our landscape. This is our reality. And so don't get frustrated, embrace it, and try to put yourself in the best position as possible, which I think, after a tough 0-2 start, our guys have kind of settled in and found a nice rhythm. And our hope is as we go on this road trip, Ryan, that we can continue to play at that level.
How has Dario handled, just what's the energies brought to practice maybe since leaving the rotation?
Yeah, he's been, I have a lot of respect for him. Obviously I've made sure I've been communicating with him, talking to him, letting him know that I was going to make a change, and then checking in with him throughout this time period because it's never easy. I'm not naive. I don't expect Dario to be walking around here with a smile and pom-poms like he loves this. But to his credit, he's been the ultimate teammate. He's coming back every night, working on his game, working on his conditioning, staying in shape. And he knows that I said, listen, we're playing really well right now. So I'm not going to make changes while we're playing really well. But reminding him it's a long season, and we're going to be calling upon him again. And we've been talking as a staff when we bring Dario back at some point, how I can help him to be more effective than he was. Because I think he knows he can be a much better player, but as I told him, I can also help him to be that better player. But a lot of respect for Dario, his maturity, how he's handled it, and the most important part, he's been a good teammate, supporting and encouraging all of his guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody.